You see, technical difficulties got us last week, guys, but not this week.
That's right. Listen, internet was down. Raul didn't pay the bill again. But it is what it is, you know. But we're back. We're better than ever. And man, it's been 2 weeks.
It feels like it's been 2 weeks, doesn't it?
I think it has been 2 weeks, John. John's been floating around the damn Gulf of Mexico. James and I were left to our own devices.
Landlocked.
Yeah, landlocked. Yeah, man. So we're gonna have a great episode with you today.
Talking, like we got a lot to cover.
We have a lot. We just had Father's Day weekend. James had the Great American Steak Off competition.
Yes,
definitely want to get into that.
Nobody beats his meat.
No, that's exactly. But James, right?
Except for me.
Yeah. And then we had we had a graduation party going on same weekend with my youngest Lillian. That was a shit show. It was so much fun, but damn, dude, it seemed like the party was never going to end. You know what I mean? It's one of those things like you think like, all right, who's getting tired? No one. All right. Well, yeah, let's do a shot. You know, I mean, like, Jesus.
Who wants to sit down and watch a movie?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Nobody wants to do that. Yeah.
You just need to do I saw it online yesterday. You need to do the Midwestern, like it's like not like the Irish goodbye, but it's a Midwestern, like to signify to your guests that it's time for them to leave.
Party's over.
Yeah. And it's usually like you're sitting down and you give them a nice whelp, like whelp.
And 2 hands on the knees, right?
And then boom.
Hit that knee.
Yeah. And that's a signal to the other Midwestern personnel to, all right, I've overstayed my welcome. I have to go.
Yeah, no, there's nothing like that signifies. I could have said, "Welp," hit the knee, and I'm like, "Welp, what?"
Yeah, I usually just go with the
get me a drink in the, you know.
Yeah, I usually go with the semisonic. It's closing time.
Okay.
That usually goes, and then maybe a couple like flickering of the light, like off and on. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. And people are like, man, I think there's something wrong with your electricity or something.
Are you out of beer?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, oh, no.
This song sucks. Play something else.
Yeah. Then usually it's the garage door just start going down. Like, I guess I live in here now. Like, yeah.
All right. Garage, my door's locked. That door's closed. So
you're actually stuck in here.
You got to figure that out now.
Yeah.
No, it was great. Great party. Great, good time. Big thank you, James, for showing up with the 2 briskets for the for the party. Those were amazing.
Appreciate it. Yeah. I thought I killed them. I thought I overcooked them a little bit, but I knew we were doing brisket tacos.
Yeah.
And so you can have it just be a little bit more fall apart like, but I don't think it was dry. Everybody seemed to love it at the party.
Yep.
I went old school, I didn't cheat. I didn't try to take the simple way out and just throw it on the pellet smoker or, in the oven or what have you. We went old school on the stick burner. I think I smoked it probably about 8 hours, wrapped it up, threw it on the Traeger on my oven, just to finish it off. It did help a little bit, but, I didn't get any of that nasty pellet smoke on it. So I think that's what kind of made the difference a little bit, honestly.
Nasty pellet smoke.
It's not nasty. It's just you can't. I like the pellet briskets, right? I like food on the pellet is great, right?
Love it. It's consistent.
It is very consistent, but you're right. There is that one factor you're not getting. You're not getting that clear, thin blue smoke.
Yeah. Can we talk about? And I'm not trying to go into a bashing pellet smokers. Can we talk a little bit about what I've seen a problem with these pellet smokers, and maybe it's not that big of a deal, but when I wrap my meat and then it cooks for an extended period of time, I come back to probe and see if it's okay. And there's like this layer of sawdust all over the foil. And I'm like, is that getting imparted onto your meat?
It's ash. It's not sawdust.
Well, I know, but it looks like sawdust.
Yeah, like little specks.
You need to clean your smoker?
No, I mean, I clean it out every time I use it. You don't have that problem. Does anybody out there in the universe,
land?
Do you have that problem? Do you see that problem? Because if we wrap for me, it's like smoke a brisket 6 to 8 hours, whatever it is, wrap it up. It's probably going to go another 4 or 5 hours, depending on how low you're cooking. But that 4 or 5 hours, it accumulates like a little dust on there. You can just wipe it off with your fingers. And I'm like, I know that the pellets are burning down there, and you got a fan that's sitting there blowing, that's stoking the fire, but it's blowing that ash everywhere. So I'm wondering how. I don't really notice that on my stick burner.
I don't know. Like when you're cooking on a offset, the one thing I noticed that you get that golden color, right? That golden dark color on the brisket. It's really the same thing, right? It's just the carbon coming up from the fire itself and the smoke that's adhering to there and causing that thing to turn that color, right? So we're getting it no matter what.
Yeah.
You don't like the fact you can brush it off.
Right.
You know
like
what I mean?
Sweep it up and I need like a little small little smoker like sweeper where I could just sit there and just sweep it up into a little dustpan. I'm like, oh, okay, I can use this later. Or it could be just the the quality of pellets that I'm using. Because I usually just probably buy the cheapest shit I can get.
That may be a thing.
Reason.
Yeah. That may be a thing. Maybe it's all about the pellet.
Yeah. Hey, you got Rob Dobb came in and said nope.
There it is. Rob's not having that problem.
Yeah, exactly.
And he said nasty pellet smoker.
Yeah.
Smoke vac. Oh, shop vac. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
And then you got Brisket Life to come in and say, "What's up, boys?" He goes, "It's Comp Eve." And then,
congrats.
Yeah.
They've got the Triple Crown. Is it the CBA New England Triple Crown going on?
That's right.
This is the first one. I think is this weekend.
Badass.
So a lot of Texas boys headed up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Some Texas representing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right,
That's
Rob,
awesome.
I'll clean my damn smoker.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's what he's saying.
That's what it sounded like.
oh, Kel came in and said Brisket Professors. I think, did I say that?
No.
Okay.
That's right, in the house. But I will say that's the one thing that it's hard to reproduce that flavor from an offset smoker. You don't get it with a charcoal drum. You're not going to get it with a pellet smoker. It only comes from cooking at offset or cooking with live or a live fire with actual wood. That's how you get that flavor, that barbecue smokiness that comes through. I think the pellet grills burn so efficiently, and they're able to regulate the temperature so well that you lose that out of it. And you can get a smoke ring. I'm not saying you can. You're getting smokiness to them. You're definitely getting that, but you're not. It's not the same. So
it's kind of a weird. It's kind of a weird smoke ring sometimes. I'll be honest, guys.
Hey, Joshua said that in his pellet cooks, he runs a pan of water underneath the meat top, and he never gets ash.
Okay.
You ever do a pan of water in yours?
No, I'm gonna try that.
You should.
Well, so where's who said that, Roll?
Joshua
Bonfiglio?
Fligio.
Yeah. So
Thanks, Josh.
where's Josh at? Where does he live?
Oh, he did live in Texas. I think he moved back up to Oregon or Washington, or I want to say one of those. I don't
know how the humidity is there, but it's pretty humid down here right now. So, I mean, I know depending on where you live at in the country, you want to add that water pan there to help some of that humidity in the pit and whatever else. But even though on offset we still run a water pan, or in most pits that we'll still run a water pan. Oregon. Okay. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe Oregon still has that same type of humidity coming through. I don't know. It's dry.
It's not super dry, but it's not like down here.
Yeah, it's like soupy down here, right?
Yeah, it's like armpit.
Dude, it was so hot today.
Yeah,
it was so freaking hot today, man. I'm like, I just want to move right now. You know what I mean? Like it's miserable outside. Like I changed shirts twice today.
That's what you landed on, huh?
This is the third shirt. This is the third shirt I'm wearing today.
Got Poncho in the house.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, shout out to Poncho.
Over.
Yeah. Hey, nice. We told you guys last time we were on when we were talking about Father's Day. Yes, Poncho shirts, man. You got to get your dad, your brother, somebody that you love a Poncho shirt. They will love it. There will be no regrets on that purchase.
No regrets.
God dang it.
Yeah.
But
and
the wife picked this up in Green, Texas. They had a Poncho outfitter type shop. So
okay.
Nice.
Damn, is it any cheaper?
No.
Yeah, jeez, man.
Yeah.
I did, and I spent about 3 days researching this about where to get, like, where does Poncho get their shirts, like whatever, right? And so I tracked this thing down, and I got to go back and find my notes because I made a shit ton of notes on this, where you can find actual manufacturers that people use, but they're like overseas, right? And you can go and like go direct to them. Say, now, obviously, you're not going to get this shirt, but you could have this material per se, and have your cuts made if you know your measurements, whatever else, and order it, and maybe like $12 a shirt.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to get Poncho as a sponsor. We're not going to probably just snake them just yet. But, you know, I am concerned because we have put it out there multiple times and we have not.
Do they even hear us?
They've heard us and they're like, these guys are tools. Or B,
It's
they
got to
haven't
be B.
heard us.
It's got to be B.
I know I've been blasting the crap out of them. Like on every video that I see of theirs, I'm like, grabbing the brisket. Like, hey guys, you ever checked out grabbing the brisket? You know,
Yeah.
grabbing the brisket. I mean, come on, Poncho.
Come on,
Hey,
Poncho.
raise that flag up.
I don't know
man.
what this is right here.
If we had a
Day
Poncho flag, we'd raise that up.
day
right now.
180 on our 70 on a podcast that one of us or all of us have worn a Poncho apparel. Right? Am I wrong on this?
Pretty consistent.
This is ridiculous,
Yeah.
Poncho.
But
Come
you,
up with it.
you know what? We don't have a problem with a sponsor for snacks because we got SmokeHouse
Oh, dude,
Poppers.
these things are legit.
Yeah.
These things are legit.
I'm going to jump in there. This episode is fueled by SmokeHouse Crackers, the official snack of Grabbing a Brisket. These aren't your average crackers. We're talking bold, smoky, perfectly seasoned crunch bombs that will disappear faster than a tray of brisket. Whether you're at a
Ooh.
cook-off, hanging in the backyard, or just need a snack while listening to the podcast, Smokehouse Crackers always hits the spot. Smokehouse Crackers, bold flavor, serious crunch, and officially approved by the boys at Grabbing a Brisket.
I love it. I'm really
Love that.
digging the barbecue flavor.
That one is good. Yeah, I think my favorite is the spicy, but I do like the barbecue one as well.
If you don't mind, James, can you kind of get into your steak off that you had
Yes.
this weekend? And yeah, I
No,
mean,
certainly. Yeah.
yeah.
This was something kind of brought about. It was my wife's birthday and it was kind of Father's Day type deal that we put together. And we had it over at my brother-in-law's house, and shout out to James, Natalie. Thanks for letting us have Laura's birthday there and celebrate Father's Day with everybody. But they came up with an idea like, let's do a steak competition. You and your brother-in-law, James, as well. So the Jameses were going at it. And so, but he decided that he was going to cook the steak in the air fryer.
Mm.
And I would cook the steak on the outside on the Weber grill. And so, man, I caught a lot of shit. I caught a lot of shit from a lot of like, James, you got to win. You cannot lose this competition, especially if you're going against an air fryer. And I mean, the Grabbing the Brisket reputation was on the line. So yeah, no, it was something that we had the same steaks. We got to prepare them however we wanted to prepare them. And then I cooked it outside on the Weber. I used grill grates, locking those nice little crosshatch marks.
Yep.
My wife Laura was the judge.
Okay.
It was blind judging, so there was no really cheating on, I'm
She-
James's. She didn't know whose was what.
I mean, when that now you got grill marks across the damn thing, I'm pretty sure she knows whose is whose.
It was cut up to where she couldn't see it.
Okay. So
Hmm.
y'all sliced the steak.
Slice the steaks up.
I have a question. You said it's the same steaks.
And
Was
she
it
was
like
blindfolded.
was it like SCA where you guys draw a ticket and then you go through the line and pick out which steak you want?
I let James pick the steaks first. There was 2 3-packs of steaks. So it was his house. Allowed him to pick the steaks first.
Okay.
He did pick the best steaks. I'm not gonna lie. He knows how to pick it because the ones he selected had the most spinalis on it.
Yeah.
The ones I had a little small, little baby spinalis.
Little baby.
little baby ones.
little-
Just a little babies,
Yeah.
now it's
Damn it.
So he
Damn,
cooked his
James.
steak perfectly. I'm not saying I would have lost or won, but from what Laura told me, the steak lacked a little bit of flavor, like seasoning. He didn't put enough seasoning on it,
Okay.
but it was cooked perfectly. Both of our steaks were cooked perfectly.
Wow.
I just edged him out because mine was a little bit more seasoned.
More flavorful.
Yeah. And I use that Allegro.
I'm wondering if did the Weber and the charcoal add to that balance
It probably did,
of that flavor?
had a little chunk of mesquite in there
Okay.
too, to just kind of pop it
Yeah.
up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what is that? That just tastes like beautiful. That's heaven right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody loved the steaks. Yeah. Now I think we have another competition in the works with the wives. So I think they're doing a bake-off type deal.
Okay.
So
Damn,
we'll
dude,
see.
this
Yeah.
is gonna get real.
Yeah.
I mean, from my point of view, James, you dropped this bomb on me on Saturday that you were doing this steak off, and I was like, I was pretty intrigued about it. I was like, damn, I was thinking like don't lose, man. Don't make me be the asshole. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be the asshole in this one. I was really hoping you would win this. And then Sunday came, and Sunday was almost going, and I hadn't heard anything. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I called you earlier, but no answer, nothing. And then I think I talked to you once, but you hadn't started yet or whatever it was. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's taking so long, but like me, I'm getting up at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, let's do this by 10 or 11. Like how do we? I'm not doing this in the afternoon. I want to get it over with. And y'all just taking all sweet ass time about it.
Pool was involved. So
I get you.
We were lounging.
I get you. And then too, James, when I called you and you're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I said, well, how'd it go? Blah, blah. And you go, this is James's word. James won.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Bennett won? And you're like, no, it was me. I'm like, why are you talking about yourself in the third person?
I don't know.
It was weird. You weirded me out on that one, James. I had too many emotions going through my head at that point.
Right.
And then you're like, oh no, it's me. I'm like, I just want to get off the phone with you right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you doing this to me? So congratulations on the win. Well deserved, I'm sure.
Thank you.
And then I mean, and Laura caught in the middle of that. It's the blindfold. That's very fair, right? Cutting it up. She has no idea which one's which, so she had to go just from flavor and texture and whatever. So I'm glad that she picked yours. So kudos to you, man. That's awesome.
Man. Appreciate it.
Way to represent.
Proud of you.
Way to represent, James.
Allegro marinade, and I used some Lowry's, some Fiesta fajita rub.
Okay.
And with little 16 mesh black pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Fiesta, Uncle Chris's, that stuff's hard to beat, man. That shit's good.
Mm-hmm.
A little butteriness to that thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, very cool.
Thank you.
Very, very, very cool. Yeah. I don't know. I know we've got a big podcast here for you, or a few more topics we want to talk about today. And we'll get this maybe in a minute or two, but we're talking injections today.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've been getting a few messages just from random friends or whatever, but talking about what type of injections we're using. It's for the home or they're doing a party or whatever it is. I got a lot of positive feedback on the brisket. Amy took some to work on Tuesday, and one of her friends there called Tuesday evening, was it? No, Tuesday evening or Wednesday afternoon, whatever. I was like, hey, listen, can we order a brisket from you? We want to order 2 briskets for 4th of July. And I'm like, damn, dude, 4th of July? Let's do this. We got you. So the news is traveling, James.
It is.
That's what I'm getting at.
I'd love to hear that. The injection that I use for that guy, it's tried and true, and we'll get into some of these commercial injections out there, and maybe possibly some recipes of our own. And anybody out there that's listening right now, please go ahead and drop your favorite injections that you guys are using out there, whether it's for beef, chicken, pork, what have you. But on this brisket, I used the tried and true. And that was the Cosmos Prime beef brisket or beef injection. And that thing is, it's solid. We've used it for quite some years, and I recommend it to everybody. It just has a nice flavor. It pumps up and kind of amplifies the beef of the brisket that you're cooking.
Without altering it like so much, right? Some of those ones, like you feel like it's just like, it's like almost like a canned like beef bouillon, too much bouillon in it or something. You know what I mean?
And they have 2 versions. They have one that's a Smoky Mountain, the one that's got the little extra like smoky flavor.
Yeah.
I did not opt for that one because I actually use real smoke when I smoke this brisket. So there was no need to add like artificial smoke flavor to kind of pump it up. And I'm just trying to be a little jackass a little bit, but
I was picking up on
kind of
that.
laying it on a little thick.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no, that's what I use for the brisket. It's good. You can mix it with beef broth or water, what have you. Just I've done it both ways, and both have come out phenomenal.
Hey, we got Sean P. Collins. He said, I've given some injections.
There it is, Sean.
There it is, Sean.
That's what she wanted.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
God dang.
You got any kids from that, Sean?
Yeah, no, he does.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sean and Sean.
That's awesome. Father's Day recap. We're talking about Father's Day. I just wanted to share a little bit, and I know we don't have our monitors up in here, but I'm just going to show you guys these pictures. I don't know if Raul can put them up for the viewers to see. Some of the stuff I got for Father's Day outside of being sent away on a cruise. I was gone the whole time. But when I got back, I got some gifts. This is what I got from my son. You can see it on the screen there.
Okay, yeah.
You guys recognize this?
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead,
Bat?
Lucille.
Yeah.
I guess because I watch it all the time. I got a Lucille bat from my 19-year-old. It was just the most random gift.
Okay.
Is that like life size?
Yeah, it's
or-
a full size goddamn
It's
bat.
not like a small
No.
little mini bat.
It's
It's
like
like
a
a
replica.
Harry
You
Potter
You know what
wand.
I'm waiting on is the first person to break into your house, right? And it's like, and you pull that out and you're like, no, stay right there, buddy. I got something for you. You know what I mean? It's like somebody with a bat wrapped in barbed wire. You're like, oh, dude, this dude's been waiting for this moment. I'm good, man. Let me get out of
This is
here.
So cool.
Yeah.
Let's do the Negan whistle. Woo. I can't do it.
Yeah,
but
right.
That'd be good. And
That's
then
awesome.
my daughter gave me a card, which I don't know if he has a little video of the card. No video. It's a card and it has like a little Weber grill that pops up when you open it. And then
Okay.
she gave me these socks here, which I think he has up. My 7-year-old daughter picked these out for me. It just says, "Love me a good poop."
There it is.
Nice.
So I thought that was great. And I wanted to share that. One more little proud moment as a dad I wanted to share is my son had his first solo flight day before yesterday. He is I don't know if he's officially a pilot, but I guess he is. He just flew a damn plane and landed it. And it was pretty badass. We got to go out there and watch it. And
How nervous were you?
a little bit, not as nervous as Denny. I was like, there's no way they're going to let them do this if he's not capable. Like they've been flying with him for months at this point. So months doesn't sound like that long, but
Yeah.
he nailed it. He did it again the next day. So
Yeah.
Damn.
Kudos to Luke, man.
I know.
That's a huge accomplishment. I know he's busted his tail off getting up there and logging in those hours. And man, that's awesome, man. Hey, I'm proud for you, man.
it was pretty badass.
If he wants to make some cash, we can take a few trips to Mexico. I just need to know how much weight that plane can hold.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If you want to like rent a plane like that, it's freaking expensive.
What if you just? I mean, never mind.
Like, what are we talking about?
Right.
Expensive.
Yeah,
What are
right.
we talking about?
Like hundreds and hundreds of dollars an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, John, you just got to buy him a plane.
Okay. I'll put that on
Just
the
give it
old-
Denny. Just
Saying.
the old
have
Christmas
her,
list.
have her work it out. Just get a small little plane. You know how much money that would save grabbing the brisket
Right.
from having to travel to San Antonio. We can just bust over there in a day and right back again.
It's like unleaded fuel will work with that.
Yeah, I'm
Probably?
pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. One other thing, and I'm sure you guys were anxious to talk about this. I don't even know if you guys were following this on social media or not, but 2 weeks ago, for the listeners, we did a summer barbecue draft where we drafted our summer
Yeah.
meals.
Did you win?
Quick recap.
Sure. Okay.
Jan drafted burger, mac and cheese, and peach cobbler.
Yeah.
Fantastic meal. James with the brisket taco, elote, and s'mores. I had the baby back ribs, potato salad, and banana pudding. And our amazing listeners did chicken wings, Big Mac pasta salad, and homemade ice cream. I mopped the floor with you bastards.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that's why you wanted to bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had 45% of the vote. James was actually a relatively close second, 32%. Jan at 18 and 5% for the listeners. And there was a lot of comments like, "What the hell were your listeners thinking?" But we may do this again at some point in some
Yeah,
other fashion,
I
and
think
maybe
we
they
need
can
to maybe put it on a different site to
I put it everywhere.
just okay. Well,
Well, we
I'm just saying,
already had the
the
categories.
second weekend of
Right.
you eating ribs.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing anybody's. I'm just
Yeah, I guess I'm
just
thinking like the
posting.
more just a one-off meal. Okay, I can see it.
Here's the thing. I also sent the link to all three of my sons, hoping they would go in and vote for me because there's a little voting thing on Instagram.
Mhm.
None of them voted for me. Afterwards, they were like, sorry, Dad. Both my older ones said, sorry, I got to go with Jan because that's what they like is burgers and macaroni and cheese or whatever. Except for Maddox. Maddox said, no, you got to do the tacos. I got to go with James, Dad. I'm like, what the fuck? Why'd I even text you guys?
Yeah.
Right.
Next
Thanks a
time,
lot, guys.
yeah. Next time I'm doing dinosaur nuggets,
Yeah. Right.
freaking French fries, and
Well,
Chalkies.
And Takis.
Takis.
Yeah, there's your dessert,
Get
kids.
those popsicles that cut the corner of your mouth when you try to, you know, I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're so iced
the
up.
freezy pops.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get you some of that.
Yeah, I got Father's Day was good. I got a few cards. David House came over for Lily's party, and it's Amy's cousin, and he brought me a bottle of Willett's whiskey, and the card was amazing. And it was like, hey, just want to say, Happy Father's Day. Obviously, he didn't have to bring a gift or whatever else, but it was. I'm not going to say what it said, but it was melted my heart. I was like, dude, thanks a lot, man. I mean, love the whiskey, but card just made it all. But gift wise, I'm gonna give a shout out to Keegan because this little a-hole, he got me gifts that he wanted. You know what I mean? Like he bought himself gifts essentially, and then gifted it to me.
Like a new PlayStation game or something.
Not like a picture of his, because he's got this black cat, right? It's like his black cat socks. He's gonna wear those, and I'm never gonna. I'm like, you know what I mean? And like little things like that. It was all just waited for him.
Yeah, just kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah. So the other day he was like, "Hey, where are those socks at?" And I'm like, "I knew it, man.
Yeah.
I freaking knew it."
You
So
should have wore them. You should have
no,
wearing
it's
them.
still packaged right there. But so that's the rule right there. If you're really trying to like, hey, I got you something, and it's like, oh man, but hey, you know what? Why don't you go ahead and they're not going to say no. They want that gift. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
When his birthday
that was
rolls
smart.
around, buy him a probe or something.
yeah, I should.
Yeah.
I should. Yeah.
Just go ahead and just package up just like little stuff. He opens it up and it's like just says electricity. Hey, I got you electricity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Then you open it up,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, here's last night's leftovers. I got you. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's the thought that counts, guys.
Yeah. It was smart. It was smart. I got to give him that.
Mhm.
So, damn, dude. Man, it is hot, and it's like if I'm at work, I'm having to work in the yard. I was like, man, this sucks. I just like drenched in sweat. I'm just like, I don't want to do it, right?
Mhm.
But put a beer in my hand, light a fire, put something on the grill, and I'm like, it could be 150 degrees out there. I'm like, no, it's not that bad. It's kind of nice out here,
Yeah.
right?
Very tolerable.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
I watched one girl on the internet. She was like, why does, again, maybe there's a scientist or whatever listening
I'm
to
a
the show.
scientist.
Hey, love it. Why does water, why does the temperature of water feel different than the temperature of air?
I see what you're
If
saying.
you had water that was like 80 degrees and you had the air outside was 80 degrees and you stuck your hand in the water, you're like, oh, that feels kind of cool.
Yeah.
But you're like, damn, this is freaking hot out here. Like, why, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're getting too deep, man.
Yeah.
You gotta lay off whatever you're on right now.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
That's-
probably a scientific method or some type of,
Yeah. Thermodynamic,
formula.
whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know.
we'll get back into
It's
something that we
science.
do know. And then
Yeah.
that's barbecue.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You did mention beer a second ago. Should we go ahead and get into the grabbing into brisket?
Beer review. Hell yeah, we should. John
brought
got
beer.
the Bob.
Yeah, I got Bob's Fine Beers. Cold one, light lager from Blue Owl Brewing. I believe they're out of Austin, Texas.
Okay. I feel like these beers are gonna have like a pair of what's the dad shoes? Okay, yeah, this is very
New Balance.
New Balance. Yeah, this has a very just a very old school kind of like, hey, it's simple. I drink Bob's. What do you drink? I drink Bob's.
I'm gonna
Okay.
have me a Bob,
Fantastic.
and it just says light lager right there on it. So it's
That's what it is.
very
Light
very
lager.
classic looking little can there. We've had some stuff from who did I say this was? Blue Owl. We've had some stuff from them before. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Austin, Texas.
Yeah. We'll get into this thing a little bit. I think we'll circle back and give some scores here in a little bit.
Mhm. Okay.
Not bad. With that, let's
Damn.
do some hot off the grill barbecue news. There it is. The
Roll.
20. Get your finger away from that thing. Brought to you by the BBQ Barbecue News magazine. The 2025 Rebs of Honor is opening June 22nd. That's just around the corner here. Closes August 22nd. And as per usual, there is a beef category, a pork category, a chicken category, a seafood category, and a most versatile category. And for that one, you've got to be entered in all 4 categories. And then they take the highest averaged one and pick a winner.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a grand champion, if you ask me. You know what I mean?
Most versatile.
Yeah, most versatile. So cool idea. I'm still thinking I gave Kel that idea, but I'm not sure. The National Barbecue Festival just happened. We did not make it. Really wanted to, but we could not make it up there.
Yeah.
The grand champion was Smoke Central Barbecue, Jason Singletary.
Nice.
And the reserve grand champion was Smokin' Hogs
Okay.
Barbecue. And Sniffin' Griffin's Barbecue got 5th place brisket. You guys familiar with Sniffin' Griffin's Barbecue?
Sounds familiar.
That's Warren G.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his team is Warren G. The G actually stands for Griffins. That's his
Okay.
last name. Griffin. Anyways, he got 5th place brisket out there. That's pretty badass.
Damn.
Wonder what his walk-up song was.
Was it CBA?
I don't know. It might have, I have no idea what it was.
They
but
probably don't have a
yeah.
walk-up song.
I wish they did. If they did,
Well, he's playing his own stuff.
Regulators.
Regulators,
Right.
yeah, it had to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways,
up.
that's what I got for Hot Off the Grill barbecue news.
Okay. Man, that button's good for you today. Yeah.
Own it.
I need to slow it down. I didn't just realize how fast it was going.
Okay. Let's you want to hit it again real quick or
He's gonna work on it. Just maybe
Okay.
work on it
Okay.
throughout the week, and then we'll circle back.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Sounds good.
All right. So this are we going into barbecue talk?
I think we
Okay.
should.
Raul, feel free if anybody wants to offer up a suggestion on an injection that we need to try. I think we've tried a lot out there.
Mhm.
And I know we probably got our own personal favorites. I know everybody out there that it's in the competition world probably has some stuff that you probably really don't want to share. You don't want to like spill the tea on that. You're like,
Everybody spills a tea.
I'm not giving up my secret, Smoking Wizards injections. You know what I mean? I don't even know if you ever heard of Smoking Wizards injections, but
Yeah.
that shit's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're going to get into injections using in the backyard and also in competition. And the various different ways that you can use injections and maybe the addition of the different liquids that you can add into the injection to kind of enhance the flavor profile of your meats.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do all that on the thing.
So why inject, guys?
That's a great question, man. And I obviously the flavor, and being able to break down. There is a slight breakdown of the meat a little bit to help to be a little more, a little juicier, but a little more tender, right? Everything they're adding into it, I think there's a reason why. Your salt is where it is, or your phosphate is where it is, or your or you've got some type of bouillon or a beef au jus in there. Everything's adding a balance. Now the ratios of what to put in, I think that's where we can get carried away with some of these injections.
Yeah.
And if you're just the guy at home just mixing a bunch of stuff and tossing it in, you could be off. And I think a good injection done right, I think it enhances the brisket. Done wrong, I think it takes away from the meat. Not just brisket, it takes away from it.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've kind of struggled with, is like, how much to add, or some of these ones you pick up, they're not that well balanced. And that's the secret there, is finding one that works well with your barbecue, that you come back with, and you're like, it didn't overpower in a way that's all I'm tasting right now is a bunch of injection.
Yeah.
Which is not what you want.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think there's a science behind the breakdown, and I know you've done some work here.
Yeah, no, I got a few things. Like the biggest thing is to add moisture to your meats, to make it a little bit more tender, enhancing the internal flavor of the protein that you're doing. Because let's face it, I mean, you marinate stuff, you dry brine it with your rub, that doesn't really sink in into all the way into the meat.
Salt does.
Salt's
does.
the only one. Yeah.
A liquid marinade will kind of help penetrate if it has enough, like, would you say, like acid and vinegar, like an Italian dressing type stuff.
Yeah.
That will soak through and kind of like change up the texture of the meat and all that stuff like that. But injecting it is a really quick way of adding that internal flavor. And if you have the phosphates, and there's several different phosphates that you can choose from, that kind of help tenderizes the meat. It also, I don't know, molecularly, what's the word I'm thinking
Yeah.
of?
Molecularly,
Molecularly. Yeah, right.
Makalaka-leaky.
Yeah, like
Okay.
a hiney ho.
Yeah.
But it changes it, and it allows the proteins to absorb more water.
Yeah.
And it also, like, I guess maybe loosens up the muscle fibers just a little bit to where it makes it a little bit more tender and not so rigid. But it's a fine line that you walk, because if you inject and you allow that to sit too long,
Yep.
then it changes it. Now you got like a mushy chicken, or you got a mushy rack of ribs, something like that. So there's kind of a fine line that you kind of walk. For the longest time, never injected, just cooking at the house. Back, we always did in competition, but now that's kind of bled over into just my normal day-to-day cooking in the backyard. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pop it with some flavor. If I'm doing chicken breast, let me get whatever injection that I'm using at that time. Or if I just got chicken broth, add a little, seasoning to it or whatever. Always taste it, make sure it's not like, whatever, and just give it a little pop. And it just adds a lot of flavor inside the meat.
Yeah. No, that's it. That's something we've gone a little wrong with, is in the past, even in competition side, is some of these briskets we're dealing with that are so fatty, right? That are like, you've got a Wagyu brisket and you're injecting the shit out of it. Is how long before you need to be cooking it, right? And the longer it sits, the more it's breaking down. We've ran into this to where we start cutting and the meat becomes this mushiness to it. I think that is a sign that if you've got a well marbled piece of meat and you've hit your times on everything and your temperatures, we kind of have an idea of how these briskets should be coming out, just in the fact that we've done this so many times, right? However, one of the things we don't really look at is like, how long does this injection sit? How is this thing sitting overnight? Okay, well, how many hours is that? And was it 4 hours that it set, or did we do it at 6 p.m. the day before, let it sit in a cooler all day, the rest of the day, all night, and now it's been 12, 14, 16 hours? Because I think it works a little faster on those fattier well marbled briskets than it does for, like, let's say like a choice brisket. Maybe it's less fat, less whatever, right? So I think that's something that we've been kind of running into a little bit, that I've been thinking about. This is like because that's the whole reason for injections is, allow it to do its thing, but you don't have to let this thing sit all night long or whatever else. I mean, you can do an injection 2 or 3 hours before you cook, and which maybe that's optimal.
I was going to ask, what do you think the sweet spot is?
Yeah, a couple hours is probably good, just doing backyard. I mean, if you're doing competition, you want to take that as long as you possibly can, because of the environment of you competing against like 50, 60, 100, 300 teams.
Yeah.
But if you're just cooking for the family, you're not really trying to load that thing up with a shit ton of different like beef bouillon flavors. And, how's that brisket? And you're like, shit, it tastes like I'm just eating like a jar of like Knorr's, like,
yeah, right. But that's what it is.
Bouillons.
That's even one of the things, like, and we talked about this in the past with other, like, there's another team that James knows pretty well. Is like, I think you work with the guy, but swapping that beef out for a different au jus, right? And it's like you can make your own.
You can go with something a little bit more milder.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to stick with just doing
I mean, I've seen chicken
beef.
stock. I've seen water and water and doing, cutting your beef bouillon down, from maybe you're doing a cup to, a quarter of a cup of that, or whatever it is, and then you add your seasonings, whatever else, because you're not wanting it to really just amp up that beef so much to where, I mean, I don't want to taste bouillon. And I think that's something that I see with some of these cooks is like, you taste the au jus, you're like, okay, that tastes legit. Now I'll add some beef broth or beef bone broth or something to my wrap or whatever else. The one thing I love about the chicken fried wrap is that, yeah, there's a whole lot of flavor in that, but man, it doesn't, when the brisket's done, I don't feel like it's artificial.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I just feel like it's packed full of flavor. So, hey, hands down to our boy Bill Purvis, because that wrap and the awareness to stay with what he liked when he had the opportunity to buy that, and he markets and he owns that product. But it is phenomenal, and it is catching like wildfire, and it's hard for him to keep it in stock sometimes, because it's just that damn good.
Yeah. And don't rely upon the injection itself to have the phosphates. There's a lot of other people that sell the injections that also sell the phosphates by itself that you can purchase, and feel free to experiment and use that in with some of the homemade injections that you make. The phosphates, it's something that we've kind of seen, it's used all over the world and all over in the food industry. Like the deli meats are packed full of the phosphates. And I don't know if it's, you ever seen that shimmery color sometimes on lunch meat? I think that's the some type of whatever type of like phosphate that they use. It's a preservative. It helps like enhance, retain moisture and all that type of stuff.
Like Moisture Magic.
Yeah. Right. So there's a lot of Moisture Magic. I think that's Cosmos. Texas Oil has some, Lucky Charms. So it's kind of all over. So just, and we'll get into some of the actual people that we buy the injections from. I know everybody in the competition world probably knows who these people are, but there's probably some backyard guys that have never even heard of this, and they're probably just still sticking with the Matt Pittman and the Holy Cow Meat Church injections and stuff like that, which is good. I mean, they're great. I mean, you can get them pretty much anywhere. I've never had an issue with those whatsoever. But there's a lot of other great companies out there that provide phenomenal product. They're using in the competition circuit. They're kicking ass. So there's a couple that we'll recommend here coming up shortly. But phosphates, I learned there's two different types of phosphates. One is a sodium tripolyphosphate, and the other one is a tetrasodium
polyphosphate.
Pyrophosphate.
Okay.
And it's fire phosphate. I don't know the difference between these two. But yeah, they have their
I love the fact you gave the two names, but don't know the difference between any of them. It's like,
glad you brought that up.
When you're researching, no, that's all. I don't care about all the other stuff. I just want to know the names.
I
Thank
think
you.
it has to do something with the pH levels.
Okay.
That sounds right.
And how it affects your meat.
Yeah,
So,
I love this, John.
there we go.
Way to contribute.
Science.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. The pHs and whatnot.
Yeah, which is really just allowing, each one has its way of allowing the moisture to stay in the meat, right? So is it, maybe different meats hold it better, or if it's I don't know if it's different cooks, different styles of cooking holds it better.
Yeah.
If I don't know how that.
Anybody that's listening along, please feel free to chime in.
Hey, do our work.
And if you're hearing this 3 months from now, just drop us a line. We're still,
because we're not going to Google it. We just want to know.
Exactly.
Yeah, we were going to look it up. We've done it already.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Let me go with you, Jan. Do you have a favorite injection that you use, whether it's beef, chicken, ribs?
I'm trying to think. I mean, the Cosmos one has always been one we've used in the past. Damn, I'm trying to think. There's one that it comes in the it's like a white bag. Trying to think who makes that one.
Is it the Doodle Q?
Okay, maybe it is.
Is it the chicken one, Doodle Q?
Yeah, maybe it is. Which I think is a really, really good one. But past that, I think for a lot of these, I've just relied on really you or John, just whichever ones y'all are purchasing at the time. That I'm like, all right, sounds good. Yep. Let's go with it. I probably put more thought into it in the last year than I had before, just because there's some that we put out there that I wasn't the product in my mind, it was something that was just too off-putting for me. I was like, I didn't like it, And I think a lot of that came from some of these injections we were using, and then pairing that with the seasoning and then the wraps and everything we've been doing. So, yeah, there's one of my the one we just got through using, and the one I think we've had some really good success with
Here
is
lately,
yeah,
the Smoking Wizards.
Smoking Wizards.
Yep.
That thing is crazy good, and I highly recommend it. I don't know who's using this on the comp trail there, but I know that going for the next foreseeable future, we probably will be running that one.
And you got Pit Life came in, said Cosmos brisket injection is a must.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one I've used along. That's
That's
what you guys
been-
introduced me to it, so it's kind of been the staple. But
It's been a go-to.
recently, the last couple briskets I did where I've actually injected, usually I only inject if it's like a special occasion or something like that, Christmas or whatever. But I used Texas oil dust.
Yeah, kids, it's Christmas. I wasn't going to do it,
This one's for you.
but I'm going to inject this
Right.
brisket. And they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
Dad, you're the greatest.
Thanks, Clark.
Yeah, right.
All right, assholes.
Yeah.
Anyways, Texas oil dust. He has the cow cutter. He also has the cluck cutter, which I haven't tried on chicken yet, but that one. And then pork butts. I've been using the pork injection from Heath Rouse, and I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, he's got a good
He's got a good lineup.
Yeah, he does.
He also has that. What is it? A butter bath for the ribs. That's
Yeah.
money.
I love here's my favorite pork is Mark Lambert's Sweet Swine O' Mine. His pork injection, that's money. It's you got to try it. I think I don't think they have it at Home Depot. I know they have some of his rubs, I think, but they don't have the injection. So jump online and go check it out because it is a solid injection. Chicken, I've been on the chicken fried barbecue. I've been on, and then the Lucky Charms foul play.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a
That's
hard one.
classic.
That's a hard one to beat. There's a lot of really good ones out there.
We'll put some links down there for you when we post this thing.
Yeah. You know who I started using, and maybe I need to revisit. Was the Butchers.
Oh,
barbecue.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the first like OG like injections that I started playing around with. And of course, I'm like, I'm not winning shit. This is not working out. So I threw it in the trash and I moved on to, I think I went to Cosmos because Cosmos was kicking ass. So I'm like, that must be my problem. The injection. And you know what? It was not my problem. The injection was not my problem. It was me. It was me that was cooking it. That was the problem. So I think I need to go back and revisit that. I think is it David? I think Butcher's Barbecue is
Mhm.
throwing out some phenomenal injections and seasonings and stuff like that. So we need to go back and check that out. I don't know if anybody out there that's listening in the verse, but let us know, man. Are you using Butchers?
We got Phil Brindy of LC Barbecue has
Oh.
a tremendous injection.
Phil
Phil
Breeden.
Phil
yeah.
Breeden,
Yeah,
yes.
Breeden.
Yeah.
Yeah, foul play.
Foul play.
Yeah.
You got to try it. I mean, all his injections, I think I've tried them all. They're all phenomenal. Like it's not to blow smoke up Phil's butt, but all of his
That's a weird thing to say.
all of his seasonings are freaking top notch, and all of his injections are great as well. So there honestly, there hadn't been a product that I purchased from him that was bad.
So, and that's something I was talking about earlier is like, okay, I think the injection has to lend well with the seasonings you're pairing it with.
Mhm.
And that's I do recommend if you're going to go with, and everybody uses something a little bit different, and everybody has one thing they're adding to it or whatever else. If you're trying to add a little garlic or add a little more umami or whatever it is, you may come back and add a little layer of something on there. But going with, if you're going to pick up an LC barbecue, then why don't you look at some of the other rubs that he has in that lineup, because he's looking at all of that when he's creating. You know what I mean? And he's like, this pairs well. This is working really good with this recipe. And I'm using a rawhide, or I'm using a whatever. I'm adding these seasonings together in order to make this brisket what it's going to be, and that lends well. But when you start going against the grain and you start adding all this other,
Dude, I was doing
flavor.
too much shit.
That's what I'm
back in the day.
saying.
I was putting like I'd go to the freaking
Yeah, right, dude.
grocery store and I'd look at every freaking chicken flavored stuff that they had. And I'm like, oh, here's chicken concentrate. Here's
right.
here's the Nor's chicken. Here's this. I'm getting everything. I'm like, what if I just mix them all together?
Yeah, that'll make it better.
That'll
Yeah.
make it better. Then
Yeah.
I'll mix that with foul play, and then that is just going to make
Yeah.
it even better.
That
And
was-
then I get like last place.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, this tastes pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's it's
It's very chickeny.
very chickeny. I think
and-
that's what they're looking for. They're looking for chicken.
Yeah, right. But it's just food for thought. And so, like I said, for the last year, I thought about pairing and how this is being paired together. And I don't know if anybody out there that's listening to this has any insight to that. But in my mind, I think you want to look at like how this stuff goes together, And I think sometimes people can get it to where it has too much bouillon in it, or it has too much. It's that aftertaste that you get that you're like, ugh, I just didn't. It becomes not a brisket anymore. It becomes not a, what are that protein, that flavor you're looking for? It's just
That rib tastes like ham.
yeah, it's ham now, right, or something, So if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
I feel like I'm right, and less is more probably. And if I'm wrong, I won't believe you.
Right.
There's that too.
Say whatever you want. He's
Yeah.
never been wrong in his life.
Exactly right.
Yeah. If Phil's still listening, hey, cheers to you. What are you mixing with that foul play? Are you using just straight water, or are we using chicken broth, or please
Half and
please
half.
let us know your secret competition chicken injection recipe.
Yeah.
And I know you're going to
Offline.
say just foul play.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
What do you think about swapping in different liquids other than just water with it?
I think it's good. I think it just really just depends on
The salt content
meat.
matters. If you're
Yeah.
if you're getting the low sodium or the no sodium, I feel like you should probably stay away from something that has like, if it doesn't say low or no, I probably wouldn't buy it. I would pick a low sodium base with it.
You're talking about like broths and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah. But like I mean, I've heard of people using chicken broth on their briskets.
Mhm.
I mean, and very successful. With it. I
I've
mean,
taken some classes, and they call for chicken stock or broth mixed with beef broth in their wrap.
so I think it kind of just, it's a little more flavor than adding water, but it's not just getting so overly top on the beef consomme or concentrate or the beef broth itself.
Yeah.
So
What about outside of the whole broth game?
Dude, I love
like apple juice.
chicken
Apple juice, pickle juice,
or
coffee.
pork. I love adding sweet to it. I
Yeah.
love adding maple syrup.
Yeah.
In the injection, inject that with the chicken, inject that with the ribs.
Yep.
You don't really taste it.
This gives a little zing.
Yeah.
There's something there,
Correct.
right? You can't go, that's maple syrup.
No, you can't taste it at all. But I mean, last couple of competitions that we've done, we've kind of like mixed that in with our injections, and we've done pretty solid.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's that or whatever, but when I do it at the house,
He's like, but we weren't winning before.
yeah. And when we do it at the house, I was like, okay, well, this is pretty solid. I mean,
Yeah.
nice flavor. Again, you want to stick with something that's like good, but kind of neutral.
Like you're talking about log cabin,
No, I upped
Like
it.
real maple syrup.
I got the real stuff. It's one
Okay.
that's got the
Mrs. Buttersworth.
Yep, that's it is.
Okay.
Okay.
And Jemima's.
Yep. Nice. Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Are you being serious?
No.
Okay.
It's one that you got to import it from Canada, and I'm sure I'll probably pay some stupid tariff.
Ugh.
Are we paying tariffs with Canada nowadays?
I don't think so. No, they love
They
us.
fixed it.
It's New America over there.
Perfect.
Mm.
I did see that they're possibly maybe going to be the 51st state.
I don't know if that's true, James.
Well, we're going to have the Iron Dome, the Golden Dome, to cover them too as well, and that might be a trade-off there.
I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. Anyways, whatever.
Wow, that's a lot. All right.
I'd
Juices.
yeah, apple juices, pineapple juices.
Careful with that
Uh,
pineapple juice.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
It has a protein in there that breaks down meat,
Bromelain.
bromelain. And if you ever have eaten pineapple and your inside of your cheeks or your tongue starts getting like numb and like
The skin's falling off in your
irritating,
mouth.
it's because that protein is eating the inside lining of your mouth.
Okay.
Well, y'all did some ribs or something at a competition. You used pineapple juice or pineapple soda or something like that, right? And it turned them into like mush or something.
We did
Yeah.
pineapple juice and let it sit overnight, and it turned it this weird gray color, and then seasoning wouldn't stick to it.
Yeah, you couldn't do anything to it.
Right.
Yeah.
A week prior, we cooked it at home, and it was badass. And we had little pineapple rings on it, and we had cherry juice and all that stuff like that. And then we did it out in competition, and it was a total barbecue fail.
Yeah.
I think, who was it that showed up that day that we did that?
Mike
Starr.
Mike
Yeah.
Starr.
Yeah.
Worst.
How about that? Have Mike Starr show up, and we're throwing down shit ass like pineapple ribs. They tasted good, but for presentation, they look like crap. Like all the seasoning just melted off. It didn't stick.
Yeah, it's like gray ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like alien ribs.
Yeah.
We did not win.
we did so bad.
It was terrible.
So bad. Oh man. That's weird. You know, you meet somebody and you go to these shows and then next thing you know, Mike, he's like, hey, I'm going to be in Pearland. He's like, yeah, why are you coming to Pearland? And he's like, my daughter's graduating. I'm like, dude, like you live in Vegas. We met you in like at some, I don't know, Fort Worth or wherever we were at, you know, but you had flew into it and you run this business out. And next thing you know, you're like, but your kid goes to the same high school that my kid's going to. You know, I thought that was just odd.
Mm-hmm. Craziness.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like to get to meet your hero there?
What?
I was joking.
That's great.
Put him on the spot. I'm sure he probably thought we were a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, right.
God dang. But hey, here's a beer. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
I think you had a good time.
I do too. I love Mike. He's a good dude. Yeah, I mean, some of the things like we talked earlier, and you brought up coffee. And
I never tried. I just saw people talk about it.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know what that would what that flavor would look like. You know, I'm not, you know, adding a coffee rub or something, adding a little bit to like a steak or whatever else. I've had it come out really good. I've had it come out where it's like, that's not good.
That doesn't taste right.
So yeah, I think everything, as long as it's balanced, I think that's what you got to look for. And it's like, you can't, if you do it one time, you're like, oh, that it didn't come out the way I wanted to, I'm never going to try that again. I think that's the wrong approach. I think you got to find that balance in it. And you know, if you like those flavors, then tweak it and tweak the process until you get to what's working for you. It's not just all or none, right?
Sad to say, I've kind of taken that approach a lot in my life. I need to go back and revisit stuff that I could just kind of shit can, because I was like, yeah, you eat at a restaurant, I'm like, that's terrible, I'm never coming back.
Yeah,
you know
damn,
what I mean?
You're like that?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, man.
Jesus.
But I'm changing, man. It's new me, new year. So
we're almost halfway done with it. Really?
I'll start next year. How about that, guys?
Yeah.
Just wait.
Personal growth next year, James.
Yeah.
Half the year's gone.
I don't know what error I'm on right now, but
Right.
man, it's gonna fucking rock.
Nobody
Let's go.
grows in June.
Yeah. Damn.
All right, you guys got any more injection talk here?
I don't think so. This, don't wait till Christmas, like John does with his family. Buy some, use them.
You just say you don't buy it, you just use other people's.
John,
Okay.
I have the mic right now.
Turn it off, Raul.
And yeah, don't do what John does. Don't wait for the kids to pander to him at Christmas Eve and please, Papa, can I please get some injections with that brisket, Papa? You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't do that. But definitely play with the ones that you have. Buy a bunch of them and bring in it and test them for yourselves. And if you're wanting to make your own, you can definitely do that. And this is how people started out, right? I mean, take some of your favorite seasonings, grind it down, make sure it has that beefiness to it. Add some beef bouillon, add some phosphates, you know, and
Both kinds.
yeah, if you want the pyro and the puro, I don't know what the other one was. But add some of the stuff, play with it. There's lots of recipes online.
Here's one right here that we'll throw out there to you guys, and you guys can try it out and see how it is for yourself, and feel free to tweak it how you see fit. But it's 2 cups of liquid, whether you want to use water, broth, or stock. 1 tablespoon of kosher salt is thrown in, 1 teaspoon of MSG, 1 teaspoon of sugar, or you can probably go some honey powder or some, maybe just raw honey. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then we got some optional ideas. You want to throw in some Worcestershire, some soy sauce, some type of citrus, a hot sauce, whatever, kind of floats your boat, and just roll with it and go with it and see how it comes out.
Yeah.
You want to kind of get it like a salt sugar balance, way too salty. And you got to have extra little flavors to pop in there, because we learned that like you can't, only salt is really the only thing that's going to penetrate the meat. So if you really want to get in flavor throughout that piece of meat, you're going to have to inject it, and you can have your garlic and all your other optional spices and flavors that you really kind of just put it on the inside. And everybody, I guarantee you, like, holy shit, this is good.
Yeah.
Dad, you finally made it.
Thanks, Papa.
Piece of chicken that was good.
Yeah, right.
It's not dry.
It's Christmas Day.
Yeah, Tiny Tim.
Yeah, I can walk, Papa. I'm done, John.
Okay. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Make some clips out of that, I think.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty good.
Right.
What do y'all think about y'all's beers?
Yeah, let's talk about this beer real
Yeah,
quick.
man. Bob's. When nothing's better, you find a Bob. Okay. I love the can. I love this. This looks like it's this is like, it's not average, but this is a very like retro
Classic.
Yeah, classic.
Vintage, maybe?
Yeah, maybe a little vintage vibe to
Yeah,
this,
okay.
because it's so simple.
Yeah. What if their
you know-
inspiration was like, what about Bob? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
You seen that movie?
Yeah, it's a great movie, James. Yeah, it has Richard Dreyfuss in it. It's got what's his name?
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. I love Bill Murray. National treasure. Let's take a drink, John.
This is good. This is to me,
great.
I'm getting a little Mexican lager flavor to it. You get
Are
any
you?
of that? It's got a little bit of something at the end that you get in a lot of those the Pacificos and the Tecates and all that kind of stuff.
No, I'm not getting that at all.
No?
No,
Oh,
no. This
Maybe
is,
mine's defective. I don't know.
this is a crispy. Damn, I can't even talk. This is a crispy rice lager, briskly made with
You can taste the rice.
Letra. I don't know. I can't even read, man.
Carmen Electra.
Letra Keek, Veek East. I don't know how to say that. It's weird. KVEIK. I don't know how to say that.
4% alcohol by volume. 4%.
Four.
Jan.
I know. Listen, this is why you read the cans, right? This is why you go through and you do
Do
it.
your
How
research.
it tastes.
Do your homework.
It tastes great. Tastes good. But yeah. I mean, for one, the back of it. I don't know. Like I didn't even know what it was made of. The rice. What does it say? Rice what?
Yeah. It's a rice
Rice.
lager.
Rice lager.
Rice lager.
Yeah.
I think Bud Light is also a rice lager.
It says it's a crispy rice lager, but what if it was a Rice Krispie lager? That would be better, right?
It would be. It actually would be. Snack, crumble, and pop. Okay. And one more drink.
Yeah. While you're doing that, I'm going to just say this is okay. It's not
Yeah.
great. I would drink it. I don't know. I got a good deal on them. They're on the clearance card at HEB, so I think I paid like $6 for the 6-pack.
Nice.
I would drink them again at that price probably, but this is about a 5.8 for me.
Okay,
It's fine.
5.8.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a hot day. You've been outside for 4 hours. You're covered in sweat. This thing's ice cold,
Mhm.
right? Ice. Pull it out. Only one beer in there. It's this. You open it. You take a drink. Are you still giving it a 5.8?
Well, obviously the setting changes what your score is, but it's not a hot day in here. It's
Right.
like perfect temperature in here, really.
Yeah.
No, obviously the score goes up. At that point, maybe it's an 8. Who knows?
Really?
If you're really, really hot, and you drink an ice cold beer. You've been working in the yard. Yeah, any cold beer is going to be a little bit better, right?
Yeah. Damn, it was a good beer.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So I think it's better than 5.8. And when I score this, because I'm an expert, John, and that's how I do this,
This
right?
is
I
true.
put myself in place. Like, how would I score this on a hot day? How would I score this in the middle of winter,
Hmm.
right? In Greenland,
Mhm.
right? This is how I look at it, right? Like, do I still think about this beer the same way then? And it is better a 5.8.
Okay.
Okay. 5.9.
You're an
This is
idiot.
a 5.9 beer, and this is what it is. I think it's I think it is crisp. Definitely it's clean. But it has this not a hop, but maybe it is kind of a forward hopness.
Right at the end there.
It's forward, right? In the very beginning.
Oh, at the beginning. Okay.
Yeah, which is like the body of the beer. Like you get a little bit of a a beer flavor or whatever else. But it's a little more than you would get out of like a Miller Lite or a Bud Light or a light beer, right? Even though I think this would be considered, it is a light lager. So you're getting that, but it's just this weirdness to it. It's just that I don't really like that flavor that it has. It's and then 4%, the can. You're producing beer that essentially is at the bottom of the, like, you might as well be like in Oklahoma with the 3.7 or 3.2.
It's almost not beer.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
like communistic.
yeah, a 4.0. You can come up with your game here in Austin.
Right.
And yeah, I think the beer itself just has a little. It's just not. It's not
It's
that.
all right.
It's not that.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's good,
It's not great.
but a 5.9 is pretty good. Anything over a 5, really, think about it.
A 5 is middle of the road. It's
better.
just above middle of the road. It's okay. It's good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I could drink 10 of these.
I'm sure you could.
Probably drive to work in the morning
Yeah, probably.
on the way to work.
You probably could. They're only 4%.
I know.
Don't try this at home, people. Okay.
And this concludes Grabbing the Brisket.
Beer review.
There it is.
Hey, one little quick note. Spaceballs #2 that is in the works.
I heard about that.
That's pretty exciting. That's gonna be funny. I was thumbing through Instagram and came across the actor that played the dude's comb in the desert.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's doing this video and he's got a little sand box in front of him. He's got like a pick. And he's like, and he's definitely like a little sultry. He's like, God, he's like, damn it, man. He's like, I got so many IMDb credits to my name. I was in Star Trek. I played in all these movies, but every time one of you come up to me, it's just like, we ain't found shit. He's like, I'm tired of it.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, he's like, comb the desert, right?
Yeah.
He's out there with a comb, big old comb. We ain't found shit. That's a Mel Brooks movie, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, #2. I feel like you're ruining it a little bit, right? Like, everybody been waiting for #2? Did there need to be a sequel to this?
I don't know. Mel Brooks is like 95 years old. So you might as well get it out now because I don't know how long we're going to have him on this world. But
yeah.
Wow.
I think Bill Pullman is in. His son is going to be in it as well.
Okay. Bill Pullman was
Lone Star.
Lone Star, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
Hey, Alex jumped on and said, "What's up, guys?"
Damn,
What up,
Alex. Where you been, son? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's all I had. Yeah, chicken and going for the. I know we got a little. We're up against it on a little ad break there.
Yeah, we are. Hey, just really quick, I just want to say that the second half of this episode is brought to you by Chicks That Smoke Spicy Barbecue Seasoning, our favorite versatile seasoning that elevates any dish, from smoked meats to roasted veggies, even popcorn. Whether you're grilling, smoking, or cooking in the kitchen, Chicks That Smoke will kick up the flavor. Chicks That Smoke Spicy Barbecue Seasoning, available at SUCKLEBUSTERS.com or through the link in this episode.
It was really good.
Thank you.
Did a good job on that. I might cut that and just replay that every week.
You can do that.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
This is more fun this way, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Were you fixing to say something about a chicken injection?
Yeah. Like we're done with injections. Chicken injections.
Yeah. Let's circle back around, guys. No, just really quick. I know John, hopefully, or maybe Raul, we can drop some of the links down below so you guys can go and check out some of the links to these places that you can buy some of these injections.
Mhm.
LC Barbecue, Chicken Fried Barbecue, Cosmos,
Heath Riles, Doodle Q, Texas Oil Dust.
Texas Old Dust, Aaron Leslie, man, the dude's putting out some phenomenal products. What else?
We got the Wizard, and we
Wizards,
have
Cosmo.
yeah, we'll put them up.
Yeah, go ahead and check out. This is kind of what I do, and I know probably a lot of comp people do it as well, or maybe I'm just a little too whatever. But I like to go to these barbecue pro shops and go online, and I'll just thumb through all their pages to see what products they're carrying, especially the ones that are just competition barbecue type stuff. Where they have all the comp seasonings and stuff like that. I just thumb through. Like I'll click on injections. And I was like, next. And I get to see what everybody else, because obviously they're being purchased a lot for them to inventory it and keep it on their website. So, the comp guys are using it. And if the comp guys are using it, it's good. So that's kind of my little pro tip. I like to go in there and just kind of get some ideas. That's where I found a lot of my shit where like, I never even heard of Smoking Wizards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I look at it and they got a chicken injection and they have like a booster as well. And then they have the pork, and I haven't tried the pork or the beef. So it's probably going to be on my little Christmas list to go out there and get it next. But yeah, Ace, Home Depot, Academy has a shit ton of product there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's out there, guys.
All right. Well, we do have a barbecue win / barbecue fail. I say we do. We have actually a little list of things I'm going to run through with these because I just got a lot of stuff. I feel like it's been a while. The first one is an audio clip. I don't know if he's got that ready for us or not, but we can go ahead and play that.
Hey, good morning, guys. Perry Brooks. Hadn't called in a while, man. I just want to let y'all know that I don't know if this is a win, a fail, or just a good bit of information. But smoked an 89 brisket. John, James, y'all already know about this, but I did it in a pit boss, and I came up with an idea of wrapping it. I guess we all three came up with the idea of wrapping it in butcher paper. Well, at the meat market, we didn't have any butcher paper. So the only paper I had was wax paper. And I know you're not supposed to use wax paper, but, I messaged y'all and figured that if I flip it and put the wax outside, then it should be okay. Come to find out that it did work. It was very moist. Moist. Yeah, it
Nice.
worked. I'm not a fan of a pellet smoker. I'm a stick burner. Always will be.
Let's go, Perry.
But I sent y'all some pictures, and, you can use wax paper to wrap a brisket as long as you flip it and have the wax outside.
Okay.
So take a look at the pictures. It looks good. The bark wasn't there because I feel like that it couldn't penetrate because of the wax. But 89 brisket, for most people, they would like it. Little bitty smoke ring on it, bend test, hold on its own test. The flavor profile I didn't like, but then again, I'm cooking with sawdust. So there you go, guys. Merry Christmas. Y'all be good.
Nice.
Jan, you're a little bitch, baby.
Hell yeah.
See, Perry's got the same sawdust problem that I got. So
Yeah.
Did he say Merry Christmas?
Yeah. I feel like that might have been the wrong audio clip, to be honest with you. But I'll double check what I sent you. Okay. But outside of that, we do have a couple other things, including I think Raul has a barbecue. Was it a win or a fail?
No, it was definitely a fail. You guys, I've never been told to go hang out with my friends, but I was definitely told this weekend on my attempt to barbecue on Father's Day. She said, "Don't you hang around a bunch of guys that know how to barbecue?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "And you gave me this?"
Oh man,
dude.
Yeah.
And then she told me what she's getting me for Christmas.
Okay.
And I'm sharing the image right now. It's basically a just for Tykes barbecue set.
It's like a toy barbecue set.
Yeah, so you can learn how to do it.
Yeah. She was telling me, it's like, you need to spend more time with them guys on the weekends. I don't know if she's trying to get me out of the house.
Yeah.
But anytime you guys need me, I'm there.
Come on.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. That is actually hilarious. When you sent that picture, I was dying laughing.
What did you cook?
It was my attempt. What did I cook? It was okay. So we did jalapeno poppers.
Yeah.
But did you know you're not supposed to turn the jalapeno peppers around because it falls through the grate?
Yeah, right.
So that was one. And I was like, I should have known better. And then what did we do? We did steaks and then shish kebabs.
Yeah.
Oh, everything. It just ruined. I was not successful on anything.
Do you own a probe, Raul? Like a temperature probe?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Okay, well, I know what I'm
We
bringing
got
in
you.
for you next week. Yeah,
we got you.
some, yeah.
Yeah. We're about to up your. What is it? What do you, they they pimp your rides. We're about to pimp your barbecue, man.
Pimp your grill.
That's right.
Yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to this gift from her. Looks
Yeah.
like we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Get home. Bing, bing, bing,
All right,
bing.
last little thing I got here is a couple quick shout outs. The National Barbecue Fest was this past weekend. Our boy Rob Dopp was up there in New York. 3rd place brisket, 4th place chicken, 8th place ribs, and 5th overall
Nice.
for our boy Rob Dopp. He went on to say 1st place meatball for its Amy and Randy cooked up a shrimp and smoky bacon panko crusted with a dash of sesame seeds meatball with a Momo Fuku? Fuck you?
Momofuku.
Momo.
aioli.
What are you trying to say, Rob? An aioli, yes. First
I
place.
said shrimp meatball.
Shrimp and bacon. Sounds good. I don't know. I know James is like, nope.
I gotta see a picture of that.
Yeah.
Are we grinding up the shrimp and making a meatball out of it, or
Maybe-
is it
Maybe chopped.
Minced? I don't know.
minced?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then he said 8th place wings. He did a variation on the honey money wings. So big shout out. 5th place overall at that event is huge because that's a big event. I don't know how many teams are up there, but I imagine there's probably several.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones I really wanted. I was in New York, right? Or
Mhm.
yeah.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
Kel's
Man, I wanted to go to that so bad.
Me too. And
Smoke
actually,
slam.
it's funny because like 2 weeks before, Denny's like, "Oh, you should tell the go, just like fly free, just go up." I'm like,
Yeah.
I won't be on a cruise that weekend. She's like, "Oh, too bad."
Yeah.
Like, is
Bye.
it too bad? And then one other in our little group. If you guys aren't in our Facebook fans of Grabbing a Brisket, or our little group chat that we have, which has quite a few people, a lot of barbecue badasses in there conversing and whatnot. That's where Rob shared that information. Then buddy Phillip Dell, he chimed in, said he competed in Springfield, Tennessee this past weekend and ran solo. Said, not gonna lie, kind of liked it. I think he normally cooks with a bigger team. 3rd place chicken, 13th rib, 3rd in pork, and 3rd overall. So
Damn.
congrats to Phillip and
Yeah,
Rob.
congrats.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So that's a lot of wins and one big fail.
I'm here all day, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be out cooking.
hmm
That's what we got for the wins and fails, but we got some big winners in there.
That's awesome. And you want one thing they have in common?
Hmm.
They're on the Grabbing the Brisket fan or the Facebook page.
They are, all of them.
Yeah, the group page.
And what'd they win, Jan?
What?
They did some winning, so they're gonna
That's
win
it.
like a prize.
That's it. Yeah, that's the everybody that calls in. You call in, leave a message. You write in. You email us. However you can get this to us, right? Get on the show for the barbecue win, barbecue fell. One is you win the SUCKLEBUSTERS seasonings. I'm not doing this, John. Every week we
Everybody
do.
else does that.
Yeah. So every week we announce you, and I do like the ones that call in, to be honest with you, because you get to hear your own voice for one. Sometimes the reading, when somebody has to type all that out, it's just a lot of information versus just saying this is what happened. And you get a little more personality out of it. But either way it goes, you get your choice of SUCKLEBUSTERS seasonings that'll be sent to you. And I think John probably he does a mass mailing. I don't think he does this every week or whatever else, but you will receive your seasoning. But please let us know which one you go online, pick out one of their seasonings. Chicks and Smoke is always highly recommended. But pick out one and we'll send it out to you.
100%. And if you do want to do that, you can email us info@grabbingbrisket. Like you said, you can call and leave us a voicemail. That's 434-829-2299. You can also text that number, which I recently realized.
Yep.
Or any of our social medias @Grab'emInTheBrisket. You can reach out to us there. And if you're listening to this on Spotify or wherever the hell you're listening to it at, please go ahead and leave us a review. We have not got a new review in a long time, and we have plenty of listeners. So I don't know what you guys are doing. Get your hands full of barbecue sauce or something, but go ahead and leave a review for us. That helps us out a lot.
Yeah. And then something that I'm going to we'll put this out is we have a few recipes this week on some different injections that are homemade that we're going to share with you guys with the measurements and everything else that you can go back in and give those a try as well.
Nice. And if you happen to have like stationery at your place and you want to pin us a letter, that's perfectly acceptable as well. I'm not really sure what the postage is. It's probably a couple stamps, right?
You want to throw your address out there or what? What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah, it's
Jan, where do you live?
Just send it to the
32
studio.
Send it to the studio,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, and shout out to Perry Brooks for sending that in, and I think we'll probably have him. Well,
Perry
we have Perry coming up
Mhm.
next week on the
live
show.
in the show. That's right.
On location.
On location. Which would be great. It'd be great to have him in.
Mhm.
So
Hey, you guys, real quick. Mike jumped on and said the show was good.
Oh, appreciate that, Mike.
It wasn't great. It was good. Miss all of you.
yeah.
You got Chad. Chad jumped on and said, "What's up? What's up?"
Okay.
And,
Nice.
running late tonight.
We love it.
Double shots for everyone.
Oh, it
Done.
just took
Done
ours. Dang
and
it.
done.
Yeah.
We got this. Hey, listen, guys.
Man, another great episode.
Yeah, listen, I missed this, and I think one of the things we the reason, like, we're not off tonight, but it's been a couple of weeks, and you got to get back in the rhythm. John's over eating crackers like it's going out of style right now.
SmokeHouse Crackers, baby.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good.
Where are the crackers at?
Right next to you, James. Yeah, we got cracker. But out of rhythm, whatever else. But I mean, each week, obviously won whatever. But something we were looking at is, I know we didn't really want to go up against some of our other boys that are doing some different nights. But we are looking at, and I don't know, I've not really talked to the guys, and we'll talk to them and we'll see what their feedback. But Thursdays are great. I love Thursdays. But just want to make sure, is this an optimal time for everybody else out there as well? So maybe we'll put something out there to see, like, was it better on a different night or whatever. So we're looking at just trying to get better as an episode each show. We definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. The feedback is welcomed. It's not only welcomed, it is a gift.
Love it. As always, it's been great talking barbecue with you.
Peace.
Late. Cheers, guys.
As we close out, big thanks to SmokerBuilder.com and the MBBQA for their unwavering support.
Absolutely. And cheers to Barbecue News Magazine, SUCKLEBUSTERS, and Dow Strong Knives for their contributions.
And Yeti always has our back, and Coolie Nation ensures our drinks stay perfectly cold.
Lastly, props to Cambro Manufacturing and, of course, the Spicy Nut, the Chicks of Smoke Seasoning. Thanks to all for powering this show.
Until next time, keep smoking.